Thanks for listening to the NVTV Podcast, produced by Neuqua Media.
Welcome to this week's episode of the NVTV Podcast. I'm Chloe O'Keefe. On today's show, we're going to be talking a little bit about how the girls lacrosse season is going and some of their goals and stuff for the upcoming sectionals. Joining me today is Naomi Winiarski, a captain and a senior on the team this year. Thank you for being here today, Naomi.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right. So starting right off from the bat, I just want we can overview sort of what your role is on the team and like how it differs from previous years.
Yeah, so this year I'm a senior and I'm a captain on the team. Basically, we have three captains. It's me, Z, and Tessa. We all just kind of work together. We're like, my main job is like mostly with like team chemistry and then helping out with on attack. We have a captain for every position, which is attack, which is offense, midi, and defense. So I mostly help out with the attack side of things and just making sure our offense is like working together and playing off each other.
All right, yeah, no, that sounds awesome. And so you said you more help so on the side of like attack, which is like the offensive side of the game. For people who may not know, like what is your role as like an attack player?
Yeah, so it's the offense side of things. So basically just goal scoring, cutting to the ball, cutting away from the ball, getting open for passes, and then just the main goal is just scoring goals.
All right. So overall, so far into this season, how would you say the season is going? Like practice-wise, game-wise, like team bonding-wise, just like how would you say everything is going so far?
Yeah, so for last year, we lost about half of our players from graduation and stuff. Mm-hmm. So we were kind of wondering how this season was going to go, bringing a lot of girls up from JV who don't have as much experience. Throughout Neuqua's lacrosse program, we've always kind of been a powerhouse and been one of the top teams in the state. Mm-hmm. So coming into this year, we were a little nervous about new players on the team, not having a lot of experience. Usually most of our team is returning, but this year we only had about like maybe 5 players returning, maybe a couple more. So that was a little concerning, but I think overall we've been doing really good with the people that we have. We've been progressing every day in practice. Everyone's connected really well. The whole team's pretty close. Yeah. And it's definitely different. This is like my first year being obviously the oldest person on the team, so it's weird having like everyone else be younger than me, but yeah, it's fun. And I think the whole team's getting along really well, even though a lot of us haven't played together before.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's definitely weird being that like older person. I feel like like when I played, like it was always, we were always looking up to those older seniors, and it's weird to be at that age.
Especially because like all my sisters are older, so I've never
been the person that like everyone's looking up to, and like the person who everyone is like, you're the top, and yeah. All right, so you said like practices and everything with the team is going pretty well. For like, what would you say an average practice looks like, and like how many times do you practice, and like do you think that the things that you do at practice, like do you ever do anything different that like affects your game rather than just like basic, like do you have any special things that you guys do, or like just how does your average at least like week go for practice?
Yeah, so usually we practice Monday through Friday, and then if we have a game, we don't practice on that day, obviously, but practice is from 5:30 to 7:30. It's we mostly just do drills that transfer into like our play. Like if recently we've been needing to practice clears with our goalie, so we've been doing a lot of clear practice during practice time. Yeah. We start every practice with like stretching, shuttle lines, just getting our feet and hands warmed up to play, and then we usually get into some sort of goal scoring, defending drills, just to help transfer into games. Just we do a lot of like game like scenarios, scrimmaging, which I think is the best way to practice for games. And then other than that, we do. That's about all.
That's about it. No, yeah, no. That I feel like that like makes sense. Do you guys do anything rather than like actual like on-field practicing? Do you like do any like team bonding stuff like that, or have you done any stuff like that? Or like I know like pasta parties are a big thing. Like do you think that really helps like the like whole overall like support of the team and like just interactions with like all the girls?
Yeah, so our first team bonding was we did Feed My Starving Children as a team, which was pretty fun. We had pretty much every single girl come out for that. And then we also had some of the moms come out, which was really
that's
fun.
Funny.
That was
mom
fun.
go?
Maida did not go. She had a funeral.
Oh.
She was planning on coming though.
Oh, okay, good.
But R.I.P. But we we did Feed My Starving Children, which was really fun. And then other than that, we've had one pasta party, and then we have one tonight, which will be pretty fun.
That's fun. Do you have a game tomorrow?
We do.
Against who?
I should know this. Let me check.
It's okay. We can come back to that. But is there anything you do like specifically, or that like your coach has you do like before a game, rather than, I don't know, like if you do specific things at like a practice, or no, just more so like scrimmaging, situational?
So our whole practice warm-up is pretty much the same exact thing as our game day warm-up. We start with stretching, shuttles, and then any extra partner passing if we have time, and then we go straight into leading passes, which is the same as practice. And then the only thing that's different is instead during practice we would just go straight into drills, but then for games we go into positional, so attack is working with just attack we do cross feeding, and then which goes into a shot, just practicing cutting and taking shots. And then defense does like, I'm not exactly sure, they do like ladders and like different footwork stuff.
Okay, so it's like different based on like your position and the things that you do. Okay, cool. So what are your goals? Obviously we're getting a little more into the season, but so what are your goals for like just the upcoming season, and then like later on like sectionals and like all like the games? I don't know, did conference end already or no?
No, we've only had one conference game.
Okay. So what are your goals for sectionals, conference, just in the rest of the season overall, and like how do you want to like at least end it out?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, it's more of like a rebuilding year. So goals, I just kind of want to like make sure that the team is pretty connected. Like throughout the years, we've always had a super strong bond between girls. So I want to make sure that my legacy, like leaving the team, is just like a super close connection, whether we're first in conference or last. Like I think it's super important.
Oh yeah,
that the team is close.
I definitely agree. I feel like that's a really good like mindset to have.
Yeah. And then obviously like I would like to win conference. We haven't lost conference in a long time, but we'll see how that goes.
Is it still I know there was like some talk of it being changed. Is it just still like the normal
conference?
Yeah. Is it 5 teams? Or
I think it's the same as last year. I don't think anyone's been added.
Okay. And what team did you already play?
So we've only played North. We did lose, but we're playing them again later, and I think we're going to beat them. Just got to lock in.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any, like, what would you say, like, I don't know, like, practice rituals or pregame rituals, or not rituals, but, like, I don't know, anything, like, that you really think, like, I know you said you want to, like, live on, like, you know, like, you really want to make the team bond and, like, your legacy and stuff like that, and, like, you just want to leave the team kind of like that. Like, is there anything that, like, you specifically do that, like, you either learned from somebody else from previously and, like, you want it to stick, or, like, do you have anything like that?
Yeah, I love traditions. So one that I think we've been doing since freshman year is I don't know if you remember the smiley faces. We started doing that again.
Yeah, you did. We did start that.
What did we start that, like, freshman year?
I think it was literally freshman year. It was with the eye black on our hands.
Basically, I would go around and, like, give everyone a little smiley face on their hand. And
was it eye black or was it Sharpie?
It was eye black.
It was eye black,
But then I think we transferred to Sharpie when
then I think
one ran out. I had, like, one in my bag. But basically, we like I go around and give everyone a smiley face in their hand, and supposedly it's good luck.
Yeah.
And then
Has it been working?
it did work last time.
Okay, see, that's good. The
It's
remnants,
so
it
hard
would
to get
always
off.
stay.
So hard to get off. But then, like our main tradition, this isn't really like pre-game, but end of the year we do our lake jump, which is super fun. So
Can you explain that for people?
for our
who don't
last game, in sectionals, once you lose in sectionals, you're knocked out of the tournament. So that's your last game. Sometimes it comes as a shock. Sometimes you know it's coming. But just to I don't like ending things on like a bad note. So come back on the bus. The bus drops us off at Neuqua, and then we grab our stuff and just sprint towards Lake Burkett, and we all jump in. So I just think it's a good way to end on a positive, and we've been doing that 3 years.
Yeah, I think 3. Yeah, I think that's that's a good note to end on, saying you'd rather leaving the team with a sad, oh, we all just lost, now we just go home and leave. No, a little fun thing that I feel like definitely everyone can remember, and everyone is always really excited for that. All right, well, so that is all the time that we have today. I would like to thank Naomi for joining us today on the NVTV Podcast. The NVTV Podcast is produced by media students here at Neuqua Valley, and enjoy the rest of your guys' day.